So this story right here, y'all, is wild, man. This is a wild story. So this I view as proof that Trump is absolutely panicking. He doesn't know what to do. He knows he's struggling massively in the polls. You know, he's losing his grip. And it's starting to get a little, like, there's separation now in this race, bro. There's separation. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a segment on the new polls for you, and the polls are looking just abysmal for Trump, right? Back when he was running against Biden, he was on cloud nine. You know, he had a 4 or 5 point lead. And remember, for the Democrats to win, they need to win by like 3 points in the national popular vote, and he was up like 4 points in the national popular vote, and up in like every swing state, he was on cloud nine. He was like, this is over. I got this shit, right? Well, now he knows the old reversal happened. And so he's trying desperately to find a way to claw back into the lead. But in the process of doing it, as you're about to see, he's, number one, humiliating himself. But number two, let's call a spade here, he's lying. He's just lying. Okay, so let me walk you through it. Let's start with this one. So he comes out the other day and he says this. Ready? As everyone knows, I was and will be again the most respected law and order president in U.S. history. By the way, yeah, 91 criminal charges. Just found liable for business fraud, tax fraud, insurance fraud, defamation as it pertains to a sexual assault, in court over other things, convicted felon over the fraudulent hush money payments that misreported, right? But I'm law and order. Accept law when it comes to me, accept law when it comes to Israel, and accept law when it comes to my cronies. I pardoned a lot of my friends, didn't I? I sure did. Okay, let's continue. We will take our streets back by being tough and smart on violent and all other types of crime. In Florida, like so many other states that have already given their approval, personal amounts of marijuana will be legalized for adults with Amendment 3. Whether people like it or not, this will happen through the approval of the voters, so it should be done correctly. We need the state legislature to responsibly create laws that prohibit the use of it in public spaces so we do not smell marijuana everywhere we go. At the same time, someone should not be a criminal in Florida when this is legal in so many other states. We do not need to ruin lives and waste taxpayer dollars arresting adults with personal amounts of it on them, and no one should grieve a loved one because they died from fentanyl-laced marijuana. We will make America safe again. So in other words, Trump is coming out saying, legalize marijuana. Okay, I'm on board. Now, why is he doing this? Well, number one, there's the direct vote on this in Florida coming up, and the polls on it are devastating. The legalized marijuana position is crushing the keep it illegal position. So he sees the polls, he sees the writing on the wall, he's going to jump in front of that parade and act like, oh yeah, no, I was a leader on this all along. I've always agreed with this. I don't know, Trump, the voters want, sure. I mean, I'm with that, absolutely. So that's why he's doing it. But also, guys, if only he was in a position of power for, say, 4 years, where he could have done fucking anything to address this, he didn't. So when he says, oh, no, totally, absolutely, legalize marijuana, absolutely, I'm in favor of that. Why didn't you do it when you were president? This is one of those things where literally with the swipe of a pen, he can end it. All you have to do is deschedule it. It was a Schedule 1 drug. All you have to do is say, it's off the schedule list. It's over. You don't even need a piece of legislation to do it. You can just do that. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Now, by the way, what did Biden do? Classic Democrat thing. I'm going to split the difference. I'm not going to totally take it off the scheduled substances list. I'm going to derank it to Schedule 3, right? So now it's like, it's in this legal middle ground kind of, right? It's like not as serious a penalty if you get caught with it. Clearly, they're not putting too many resources into cracking down big time on weed anymore. They're not going after the states who've legalized it, and they're saying, okay, it's a minor offense if you have it, but it's certainly not Schedule 1 anymore, whereas with like the most dangerous substances. But so that's what Biden did. He should have legalized it. He didn't. He just took it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, which is better than nothing, but again, he should have legalized it. Trump did nothing. And now we say, oh, they're totally legalizing absolutely legalizing marijuana. I'm in favor of that. I sure am. It's not like I was president for 4 years and I didn't do the thing that I say I'm now in favor of. So, and by the way, I got a bridge to sell you if you think he's going to get in office and then actually legalize marijuana. I have a bridge to sell you if you believe that. Okay, so that's the first one. Ready? Again, this is desperation for him. What can I do? What can I say to make you idiots vote for me again? I legal weed? Okay, sure, why not? All right, more. Ready? So the other day, there's also a vote in Florida on the issue of abortion, right? And so they're leaving it to the people to determine whether or not Florida citizens should have reproductive rights. And so Trump's asked about his position the other day, and he says the following. Listen.
You overturned Roe, and you want abortion to be a states' rights issue. In Florida, the state that you are a resident of, there's an abortion-related amendment on the ballot to overturn the 6-week ban in Florida. How are you going to vote on that?
Well, I think the 6-week is too short. It has to be more time, and so and I've told them that I want more weeks.
So you'll vote in favor of the amendment?
I am going to be voting that we need more than 6 weeks. Look, just so you understand, everybody wanted Roe v. Wade terminated for years, 52 years. I got it done. They wanted it to go back to the states. Exceptions are very important for me.
So he's saying, look, a 6-week ban is too draconian. I'm against that. You need more weeks. So he's taking the more pro-choice position. He's still Roe v. Wade, leave it to the states, etc. But he's saying, look, a 6-week ban at the state level, I don't like that. That's too strict. You need more weeks, right? Okay, that's what he said the other day. Then the pro-lifers absolutely fucking melted down and ripped him a new asshole. And we're coming out. Some of them were saying, I'm not going to vote for him. You know, he betrayed us, all this stuff. Then he hears the chatter. What does he do? The very next day, he comes out and he says this.
Voting yes or no on Amendment 4 in Florida.
So I think 6 weeks, you need more time than 6 weeks. I've disagreed with that right from the early primaries. When I heard about it, I disagreed with it. At the same time, the Democrats are radical because the 9 months is just a ridiculous situation where you can do an abortion in the 9th month. And, you know, some of the states like Minnesota and other states have it where you could actually execute the baby after birth.
Lie.
And all of that stuff is unacceptable. So I'll be voting no for that reason.
So voting no means he just flipped his position. And what he's saying is, yeah, I'm in favor of the 6-week ban. One day to the next. Totally flip. So look, oh my God, abortion is an albatross around our neck as Republicans. True, by the way. So he tries to sound a little more, yeah, I'm pro-choice. He also tweeted the other day that he's going to be great on reproductive rights. He tweeted that. So he's trying to moderate, trying to be like, no, I'm not as extreme as you think I am. I know this is hurting Republicans. I'm with most people on this. He says the right thing initially on that vote, trying to, again, side with the, 60% plus of Florida voters who are going to vote for reproductive rights and against the 6-week ban. And then he flips it. And now, since he saw the backlash, he's like, did I piss off my own base? Did I go too far? Did I go too far trying to sound moderate on this issue? Actually, I'm voting. I like the 6-week ban. I think it's okay. We're going to go with that. We're going to vote no, which means he supports the 6-week ban. Oh my God, this is humiliating. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going. He doesn't know what's up and what's down. He doesn't know what's left and what's right. He's just flailing. You know what he reminds me of? You know when you drive past the car dealerships and they got those weird lawn things that look like almost like Gumby, and it blows air into it and it goes like that's what Trump's doing now on every issue. He's just flailing in the wind is what he's doing. Okay, but I got one more for you. Okay, you ready for this? So he knows abortion and reproductive rights is a problem for Republicans. He knows it's killing them in the polls. What he doesn't know, or seems to not know, is that also his election denialism is a huge problem. Huge problem. 51% of Republicans in the midterms were election deniers, and that's why Republicans, one of the reasons they massively underperformed in the midterms. Trump still denies the 2020 election. People fucking hate that. Normies fucking hate that. So he doesn't seem to get it on that front, but on abortion, he seems to get it. So he comes out the other day in one of his speeches, and he says this. You ready?
I'm announcing today in a major statement that under the Trump administration...
I'm announcing today in a major statement. You don't get to determine what's the major thing. That's for other people to say. Oh, my God.
Your government will pay for, or your insurance company will be mandated to pay for, all costs associated with IVF treatment, fertilization for women, IVF treatment. Because we want more babies, to put it very nicely. And for the same reason, we will also allow new parents to deduct major newborn expenses from their taxes so that parents that have a beautiful baby will be able. So we're pro-family. Nobody's ever said that before. But the IVF treatments are expensive. It's very hard for many people to do it and to get it. But I've been in favor of IVF right from the beginning.
So now he's saying, oh, are we losing on this issue terribly? Are we losing on this issue terribly? I'm in favor of free IVF. The government's going to pay for it, or we're going to force your insurance company to pay for it. We love free IVF, folks. Free IVF. That's what we're in. Free IVF. Okay. Understand something, guys. Understand something. The reason this became an issue is because I believe it was in the state of Alabama. Sorry for the doggy toy in the background. You could hear the noise. In the state of Alabama, Republicans banned IVF. They banned it. Okay, they said we are legally categorizing gametes and zygotes and pre-viability fetuses. They are unborn humans. So they banned IVF. And the whole country looked at it and was like, holy fucking shit. Ever since Roe v. Wade was overturned, it just unleashed the crazy throughout the country. And 14 red states have near total abortion bans. And this has disastrous consequences that we've seen in various articles that have come out about women being forced to carry their stepfather's, fetus to term. Oh, God, just horrible, horrible things. So now he's like, oh shit, we're in the court. Not only are we in favor of legal IVF, I want free IVF. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of 2016 when Trump went on 60 Minutes and he said, we're going to do free healthcare and the government's going to pay for it. And then what did he do when he was president? Didn't lift a fucking finger to do that. In fact, he did the opposite. He tried to overturn Obamacare, which would have kicked millions of people off of the healthcare that they currently have. Okay, now, by the way, again, he may say, oh, no, we're total, bro, we're all in favor of this, free IVF, totally. Did you know 48 Republicans in the Senate just voted against, you ready for this? The, quote, Right to IVF Act. You're not fooling anybody, bro. You're not fooling anybody. So let's review. He says now he wants legal marijuana. Really? When you were president, you didn't lift a fucking finger to legalize marijuana. You didn't lift a fucking finger. You could have pardoned every single nonviolent drug offender. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You didn't deschedule marijuana. You didn't even do what Biden did, which is take it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Okay? So desperate on that front. On abortion, supported the 6-week ban, flipped on it and said he doesn't support, was against the 6-week ban because he knows it hurts him politically, saw the pro-life backlash, flipped, now he's for the 6-week ban. By the way, you can't really make the case you're somehow moderate or with the majority on abortion when it's directly because of you Roe versus Wade was overturned. And Americans fucking hate that, and they're right to hate that. So, failing massively on that. And then on IVF, oh yeah, I'm going to do free IVF. No, the fuck you're not. No, you're not. And by the way, as I just pointed out, virtually every Republican was against the Right to IVF Act, and you have red states that are banning IVF as we speak. So he is just flailing. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going. And look, guys, the fact of the matter is, can we keep it real about Trump? He doesn't care about policy. He doesn't care. He's just going to, whatever he thinks is, he'll say whatever he thinks is convenient, right? But then when push comes to shove and he actually has the position of power, what's he going to do? Standard conservative Republican bullshit. I'm going to cut taxes for the rich. I'm going to deregulate. I'm going to keep the wars going. This is what it is. And now, of course, marry that with extreme authoritarianism, trying to overthrow the last election. Now, going to pack this next administration with complete MAGA loyalists, let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do, implement the unitary executive theory, that's Project 2025 stuff, where they say there are no checks and balances anymore. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. This is what's going to happen. But look, thankfully, I think everybody sees through it. He's a liar, and he's totally shameless, and if you don't see through it, you're a mark. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.